What's going on, guys? I wanted to do something, again, a little bit different, a little bit more of a casual video today. But recently I put out a little question thing on my Instagram asking what the biggest challenges you're facing in your trading are from a psychological perspective. And one of the big ones that I got back was traders saying that they place a position and now they're stuck, they're glued to the screen watching that position, right? And this is pretty common. This is at least a pretty common challenge I see with traders who I work with. And there have been a few solutions that I've successfully integrated with clients that I would love to share with you today. First and foremost, if you find this video or any of my videos useful, please share them with your friends, your trader friends, share them in your communities, because ultimately that helps me grow, that helps me create a greater awareness to these videos, and share the awareness of how important having the proper psychology in trading actually is. Now, there are, like I said, a few things you can do to help lower the chances of you placing a trade and then being anxiously glued to your screen after you place it. And a few things that have helped with my clients I would love to share with you. The first one is, and you hear me talk about this a lot, what are your expectations when you first place a position? You see, a lot of traders, in my opinion, from what I've seen working with them, have unrealistic expectations on the outcome of that particular position. They, in their mind, perceive some sort of outcome, whether that be a dollar figure, whether that be a percentage, whether that be a passing a funding challenge. And what they're doing when they place that position is they're on that one individual position associating in their mind a lot of pleasure to the outcome. And what this does is it completely removes them from a probability model, and it puts so much emphasis and so much weight and so much on the line for that one particular trade. It's like if you're in the casino and you've just put an enormous amount of money on a particular bet, then you're going to be bloody anxious. You're going to be extremely stressed and anxious because you want that particular bet to go that particular way you want it to go. And what we do to promote this is by having a particular unrealistic expectation on the outcome of that individual position. And the moment we put an unrealistic expectation on a position of what we think the outcome is going to be, everything we think we're going to get from that position, all of a sudden we push ourselves out of that probabilistic mindset of, I want to think over 100,000 trades, over 100 to 1,000 trades, and we all of a sudden put so much weight on that one individual position that now all of a sudden we're glued to the screen and we can't go away because this position has to be a win. There's a lot on the line, in other words. The second thing that you can really consider here is you may be putting too much of an emphasis on your trading as your only source of income, if it is your only source of income. And what I mean by this is, think about it. If you're diversified, you have a business, you have a job, you have your trading, then the outcome of your trading positions aren't as volatile. Your emotions towards them aren't as volatile. You're not as dependent on that income from your trading because you've got business and you've got other job income diversified. So one thing I've seen really helps with traders' development is if they have additional sources of income that take the pressure off them having to make money from their trading. And I think this is really important, especially in the early stages or earlier stages or even later stages, that you have additional sources of income so that you're not putting so much weight. You're not forced to have to put so much weight on that individual position, but you can just stick to your edge. You can go into a position with balanced process-based expectations like I talk a lot about in my videos, and you can just place that position, and whatever the outcome is on that individual position, you don't really care necessarily because you're just letting your edge play out over 100 to 1,000 trades, right? And the final little thing that I've advised clients with, and I think it's dependent on situation, so you just want to have a look at which of these, if not all of these tips, will actually apply in your particular situation. But the final thing is, I've also seen that traders sometimes don't have balance to their life in terms of what they do day to day. And you have a look at their schedule and you ask them, what do you do? And they say nothing but trading. And of course, if you're in that situation where you just have chart work and there's no other components to your life, you don't have a holistic lifestyle, whatever that looks like, if the only thing you have on your calendar is trading, then you you're giving yourself no other option but to be stuck at the charts and to be anxious and to be emotional and to be etc., etc., right? You get the point. But the moment you have balance to your life, and maybe you've got a little bit of stuff with socializing and friends and family, and maybe you have a little bit of stuff with other businesses and other work, and maybe you have some stuff with learning and your gym and your personal development, whatever it is you love to do. But the moment you bring balance to your life in terms of what you actually dedicate your time to doing, the more likely you are to, place that position and go off and do something else you love. And you're not necessarily stuck at the charts, anxiously waiting and watching, etc., etc. But I'd say for 90% of people, it's probably one of the first two things. You want to really have a look at your expectations before positions, and you really want to have a look at how much weight you're putting on your trade to have to make income from that. I promise you create additional sources of income, you take the pressure off your trading to make money, you go into trades with process-based expectations, knowing you have an edge with your trading plan, and that's where you start to make money. Because now you're not trying to make money, you just make it because you're making process-based decisions according to a plan that has a proven edge, and over time that plays out. So hope this was useful, hopefully it gave you some tips and tricks, but I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this with friends. That helps me grow and also helps get the awareness out on trading mindset, which I think will be is something that a lot of traders need. So I'll see you all in the next video.